Hey guys, Wolfe here for another reaction. And yeah, we are doing this one. Uh I just saw that as soon as I pulled up the video, like I searched up game theory, as soon as I pulled it up, as soon as I freaking pulled it up, I saw he made another Monica video. I was gonna do it, but then I'm like, well, during the stream I sort of did say that I was gonna do this one, so sadly, I'm going to be doing this one. But if this video can hit 15 views by tomorrow, we'll say 1 o'clock for me tomorrow, then I'll go ahead and upload this video for Monday. That way, I at least am able to get that video, at least I'm able to do a manga video for, well, a relatively short period of time. And this video after that will still be on Wednesday, like I did say. So, if we can hit 15 views on this video, though. And if not, I'll probably still do it anyway, but still. I mean, like, these videos usually do get a lot of views, I'll say that. You guys really love these videos, don't you? Like, really. Like, that first manga video, hit, what, 100 views so far? Almost 200 so far? So, thank you guys so much for that. Thank you guys so much for that. Alright, without further ado, let's go and see what Matt Pets found more about in some FNAF, because I don't really think that's Time-line. 3 new FNAF. Okay, let's see this one.
All right, new Five Nights at Freddy's book drop. Let's see what's new to talk about in the world of FNAF. Readers, beware, you're in for a scare when Fazbear Entertainment unveils their most twisted creation yet, sea bonnies, small blue fish with rabbit ears. When Mott drinks a tainted glass of water, tremble as they multiply inside his stomach and steal his identity. One cloned human made up of thousands of little blue bunny fish. Hello.
He just nope. That way, he's just like, no, just now, just now. Yeah, I'm good.
Internet, welcome to Game Theory, the
Theory.
show that asks, have you signed my petition to make me the host of Jeopardy yet? I just need about 80,000 more signatures to get to our goal. And whether or not you know or even care what Jeopardy is, just know that
I've
your
heard of it.
signature on that petition is a way to help support me getting to live out a childhood dream of mine.
Is he actually like? This is not, I think he was joking, but this is the real thing. A real thing. He wants to be a host on Jeopardy. Wow. I might actually want to send my signature to that one day. I don't know if I legally can, though. Is there age requirements? There's always age requirement for everything. Heck, Minecraft, technically, a freaking 17-year-old great, technically a mature game Minecraft is, so, meh. Let's continue, though.
Just a huge vote of support to all of your favorite digital creators who often get overlooked and tossed aside by mainstream media. As a great example of that, our petition, when it crossed 200,000 signatures in a week, covered by one blog. Huge shout out to Newsweek. Thank you for recognizing a digital creator's value in the world. Meanwhile, an older school celebrity whose petition took nearly a year to get to the same place got tons of articles all over the place. Just saying, iniquity in this space is a real thing. Anyway, it's not like I'm going to be leaving the channels or anything like that.
Yeah.
If anything were to come of this. So if you have any questions, those are all answered down in the description along with the links so you can go
I'm gonna
and
check those out in a little bit.
I just love to show the world yet again why this community and why digital creators as a whole are worthy of attention and respect. I know you guys are. I'm fighting on all of our behalves and I'm going to keep shoving it down people's throats until they start to listen. Anyway, thank you so much for your support. Now, on to FNAF. You know the phrase, jumping the shark? It dates back to an episode of the classic series Happy Days, which aired in the mid-70s and early 80s.
I've heard of this. I think, like, my grandma might have watched this when she was, like, almost, like, 1920...
Joe crushed, running for...
like, 1990s area, I think. I think she watched this. I think my uncles watched it as well. My mom might have. I don't know if she was into this stuff when she was her age, but I would ask them about this and see
11 seasons and staying as a top 5 most watched show for 3 straight years. People loved this thing. Anyway, season 5, episode 3. At the peak of the show's fame, they do a special series of episodes where the characters all take a trip to Hollywood, and the cool guy in the show, the Fonz, is challenged to test his bravery by jumping over a shark on water skis. And as you probably guessed, he does it, complete with swim trunks and trademark leather jacket. It was a moment that was so ridiculous, so over the top and so dumb that it single-handedly created the phrase that would forever after be used when a series loses all of its sense. At this point, FNAF, it's jumped all the sharks. Just a big ol' shark sandwich. Giant tower of sharks right there. The only thing that would make this more sharky would be if it suddenly introduced a shark animatronic. They haven't done that yet, right? Right? Huh, okay, well, there's still time. Those Bonnie Guppies getting dangerously close, just saying. But
true.
The Fazbear Fright series is just...
That would be actually very interesting to see, that, like, having, like, a underwater FNAF story, actually. Like, underwater FNAF game. Like, the animatronics, instead of being, like... Wow, that could actually be a very cool game. Like, a amusement park where you should move in the actual park itself. It's a FNAF park. They have normal robots, but they also have, like, robot sharks and stuff like that. So that would be pretty interesting to actually see.
Released its penultimate
Right,
installment, and it's weird. Tiny rabbit guppies that steal your identity. A pink substance called Phasgoo that hunts you down and steals your identity. Animatronics that body swap you in order to steal your identity. Huh, there's a definite pattern in these stories, isn't there? Could animatronics stealing identities and humans not actually being themselves be somehow important to the lore of the series?
Who knows?
Certainly seems like the books are beating that
I'm guessing
point
you
over
probably
our
do.
heads. And honestly, this points to a larger trend here. For as crazy as these stories have gotten, and believe me, they've really gone off the rails at this point, there's definitely still merit in them from a lore-solving perspective. Because, as I'm about to show you, for every story about underwater rabbit guppies swimming around in your insides, there's another one or two that get you asking brand new questions about both the past and future of the franchise. So go ahead, take a break from eating your best friend that happened to fall into a vat of pizza sauce, something that, yes, also kind of happened in one of these stories, and...
Wait, that... I'm never eating pizza again. Thank you, MatPat. You ruined the best food item that I can eat. That I actually do eat. I'm very picky when it comes to food, aren't I? I'm gonna regret eating vegetables one day. I probably am.
And consider the following 3 theories ripped straight from the pages of the books. Theory number 1, Chica started as a mediocre melody. In Fazbear Fright's book number 9, The Puppet Carver, we're told the story of Jack, manager of a failing pizzeria named the Pizza Playground. Yeah, it's not actually a Freddy Fazbear establishment. And you see, that's an important detail since every other pizza place in the Fazbear Fright's book series is tied back to Freddy's in some way. But for some reason, this one is deliberately different. What's also noteworthy about the Pizza Playground is the restaurant's animatronic band, which, we're told, breaks down frequently. These things are straight up busted. The roster includes a banjo-strumming country pig, a bear creatively named Baron Von Bear, 2 other unnamed creatures that have already broken down, and a, quote, weird bird thing. Now, if the words banjo pig don't jump out to you, well, congratulations, you have a richer and more fulfilling life than I do, because when I hear that phrase, my mind immediately jumps to one thing: the mediocre melodies. The crew of broken animatronic rejects able to be purchased way back in FNAF 6 Pizzeria Simulator. A crew of animatronics consisting of a banjo-playing pig,
yeah,
an
I've seen
off-brand
these in like
ripoff with a southern accent named Ned Bear, a talkative hippo.
I've seen those, like, I watched a FNAF voice line thing. I saw all of the characters' voice lines. I saw these.
A cute young frog.
That's like the hippo have like a very specific dialogue, like into the game, I think.
Dramatic elephants. They're characters that we all brushed off at the time because they just seemed unaffiliated with anything Fazbear.
She has a very interesting voice line to me.
They came back, returning an Ultimate Custom Night where they collectively gave voice to Cassidy, the one you should not have killed, as evidenced by voice lines like this.
Everyone underestimates me, but then they turn their back and I'm like, pooh, and they're like, what?
Yeah, I've seen, that one.
It's this one.
This is how it feels, and you get to experience it over and over. I will never let you leave.
You know, it suddenly occurs to me that maybe they were the ones that had to be Cassidy's voice in this game, because he's a spirit who's trapped inside Golden Freddy.
I thought it was a she.
Who was never actually given a true voice box, whereas everyone else in the series was given a voice, at least at some point. Just a thought that I had randomly in the recording booth as I was rereading these lines. Also, Springtrap is able to talk because he has a guy inside of him, so interesting. Anyway, the mediocre melodies, a generic Freddy alternative, a country pig that plays the banjo, unnamed other characters that break down frequently. It seems like Pizza Playground's animatronics are indeed the mediocre melodies, which makes the call-out of a weird bird thing being part of the band particularly interesting. Was Chica originally a mediocre melody?
It
Chica
makes sense.
has always been a bit of an oddball in the group. For
True.
instance, she's the only one to go missing for a game, specifically in Sister Location when she's the only one of the core four to not appear. And if you'll remember all the way back to the teasers for Sister Location, Chica's Party World was listed in the source code as a separate establishment away from Circus Baby's entertainment and rentals.
Huh.
JCPenney's fall fashion event is on. Update with the season's must-have styles.
Oh, yeah.
Probably can copyright for that. Thank you, ads, for making my videos get copyrighted. I mean,
Also know that
this
Freddie
one
and Bonnie
pencil is
have been
annoying.
together
This
since
one
their
pencil.
literal
Okay.
golden days, which means that Chica had to have
Okay.
been a later addition to the crew. Maybe she was with another band of animatronics the entire time. I mean,
They
even
make
the
sense
theming
since
makes more sense with the mediocre.
since Mr. Coffins, or I forgot his name. Dang it. I think that's his name. I forgot his first name though. But he likes to hide a lot of things in his videos, in his games. So let's see.
Mediocre melodies. Something about chicken animatronic wearing a bib just fits better alongside a farm-themed banjo pig and bear with a southern drawl. Kind of makes you wonder where Foxy the pirate comes in now.
Yeah,
Anyway, the reason I bring
actually,
all of
that-
this up is that for a long time I've suspected
Huh.
that Chica is the key to the whole timeline of these games. No joke, I've literally had an email in my inbox for years addressed to myself reminding me to follow the missing Chica since her coming and going through the line seems important, but up until now I've never had enough dots to put together in a timeline. We've known for a long time that she was the first to get stuffed with the little girl
Yeah.
Susie. But now this story, potentially connecting her to the mediocre melody.
What isn't like that sound in the background? That like behind our dialogue, you can like the weird like helicopter blade
Long
thing.
time that she was the first to get stuffed with the little girl Susie.
Is that just like interference with her voice box? It makes sense, but
But now this story,
Wonder what that could
potentially
be.
connecting her to the mediocre melodies, is yet another piece of evidence that we can use. So if you ever see a video titled "Follow the Missing Chica," you'll know that we finally figured it out. Theory number 2: Balloon Boy.
it's probably gonna
solves
happen in a few
all-
months now, or few
Oh
few
boy,
weeks.
it's time I talk about him.
Right? Let's see. I forgot. I didn't see it.
2: Balloon Boy solves a lot. Oh boy, it's time I
What?
talk about him. I don't know if you've noticed this, but 50 videos into our FNAF series, and I haven't talked about Balloon Boy once. Not a single
True.
theory
I
dedicated to
just
that guy. Go back and check it out,
wow.
but I've intentionally avoided him, largely because he doesn't fit anywhere. His design is different, his behavior is different, he doesn't seem to be possessed by kids, and honestly, I've just never had a good sense of what to do with Balloon Boy in the lore of this franchise. Until today, in that same puppet carver story with the mediocre melodies, we're introduced to Porter, the handyman who's supposed to be in charge of the faulty animatronics of the Pizza Playground. But Porter dreams of bigger things. You see, he's a bit of an animatronics genius, and his plan is to take wood and transform it into something alive. To quote from the story, "I'm almost finished with the prototype of my machine. It will create low-cost but highly functional animatronics made from only an inexpensive slab of wood." And not only is this guy a genius, he aspires to greater things. Quote again, "Once I get a patent on my invention and find a buyer, I'm gonna be out of here so fast I'll leave a dust trail." I mean, taking wood and imbuing it with the ability to move on its own, yeah, I'd say that's gonna earn you some quick cash.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, it worked.
I mean, like, wait, what?
In the story, we see Porter turn a log into an actual moving character, no remnant or Fazgoo required. He flips a switch
Wow.
in its back and it just comes to life. They describe it as resembling the drawing models from high school art class, but specifically call out that were you to put the figure in a fuzzy suit, it would resemble a bunny or a fox or a bear, and you'd have a low-cost animatronic. In short, it feels like this story gives us a lot. First,
Wow,
reading the
that's
story
really
felt
dark,
like reading
actually.
Henry's origin, a brilliant creator and animatronic inventor just looking for a buyer to partner up with to launch his career, a buyer maybe named William Afton? Seems to me that Henry was a college engineer with a great idea, and his earliest
True.
experiments were in the form of these living wooden dolls. This, in turn, explains both Balloon Boy and the mini-Renas. Remember, the book described
That-
his wooden puppets as resembling the
actually
drawing
really
models
does,
from high
actually.
school
I
art
didn't know
class,
that.
which, if you're not familiar, are these guys. That is why we have so many living dolls wandering around these pizzerias that don't seem to have spirits inside of them, only able to say basic words like,
Hi. Hello.
in short, Balloon Boy isn't an animatronic. at least not
The
the way that we all
Minecraft
consider
wood thing.
animatronics as, you know, living robots
Him
with
hitting
dead
it with an
children's
axe,
souls trapped
really.
in them, infused with
But
remnant,
it
all
just
that
looked
good
like
stuff.
wood. It was like metal. Could it be like an wood? Could be like a metal exoskeleton, maybe. But that's so that wouldn't.
Isn't
That does not look like wood. It could be like polished wood. Not sure that really exists, but since we're talking about an actual video game here, I'm guessing it possibly exists.
an animatronic,
But
or at least not the way that we all consider animatronics, as, you know, living robots with dead children's souls trapped in them, infused with remnant, all that good stuff. Taking it one step further,
that's
might even have timeline implications.
sure. We'll go with
Dolls
that, Matt.
appear
We'll
in
go with
pretty much
that.
all the games currently thought to be the earliest in the timeline. FNAF 2, of course, with Balloon Boy, but also very heavily in Sister Location. On the main console, there's a marionette named Little Joe, a doll named the Magician, a gypsy figurine, and a series of human heads. Ennard's Mask, Music Man, the mini arenas, Baby,
Music Man, I heard of
even
him.
the puppet's face all seem to stem from this era of Henry's creations. It seems to me that the wooden dolls and marionettes were all designed as he was trying to develop the look and feel of the Funtime animatronics, leading up to the eventual opening and immediate closure of Circus Baby's Pizza World. As a reminder, Baby's Pizza World has never actually appeared in a game. Rather, we know that it exists based on hidden website text, and that it was closed down due to a quote-unquote gas leak, which is just PR speak for Afton's daughter getting nabbed by Baby, and the characters got retired down into the basement, which would eventually become Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rentals. The only game that happens earlier than these two is currently FNAF 4, and wouldn't you know it, that's also the only one without a Balloon Boy appearance, or rather a questionably canon appearance since Nightmare Balloon Boy was in it briefly as part of the Halloween update. Long story short, perhaps the appearance of Balloon Boy and the
I
other
saw that like
wooden
that's in that
clown
one
faces
video. I was like, yeah, I'm sure of that. I was like 9 then, so I'm like, yeah, demons instead of robots at nighttime. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary.
marks the start of William and Henry's partnership. I know a lot of people tend not to believe me when I say that a lot of evidence points to Sister Location happening early in the timeline, but I think all of this is...
I mean, that would
more
make
fuel to
sense,
that fire.
actually.
And while we're on the subject of William, theory number 3, William Afton is a stepfather. At the beginning of this theory, I made the observation that a huge number of Fazbear Fright stories have identities being stolen. At this point, it feels like it appears once in every book. The other massive theme that keeps recurring in these tales are single-parent households. Dads abandoning the family and just straight-up bad dads. Lots and lots of bad fathers. Up through the 8th book, 12 of 24 stories feature a single-parent home.
I mean,
just to run through some quick examples.
Technically, most games are like that. I didn't think about that. I mean, like, every single Pokemon game, whenever you've ever seen the dad, except for Hoenn. Every single Pokemon game other than Hoenn, whenever have you ever seen your dad? So, that's a debatable topic.
Examples. In the book Step Closer, there are 2 stories that have a dad up and leave the family. 1:35 a.m. is about a foster child that had an abusive foster dad. The New Kid, another abusive dad who left. The Cliffs is about a single dad losing his son. Breaking Wheel has the character Reed, who has a single dad who's, quote, trying his best. And in the short story What We Found, which is basically just a retelling of FNAF 3, Hudson loses his father when he takes his own life on account of mental illness, only to wind up with Lewis, yet another abusive stepfather. To me, this is not a coincidence. It's the books yet again trying to point our attention to a common theme in the game, that Afton may not be the father that we've assumed he was this entire time. At this point, we're fairly certain that the orange guy from the FNAF 6 minigame Midnight Motorist is Purple Guy, who is also William Afton, and we see that he...
We're in their corner and on it, because their local agent is a small business owner too.
Rally ads. State Farm. Rally ads. Oh my god. Why aren't they all the ones I legitimately cannot skip at all?
Right guard, never caught off guard.
They're like, haha, we find a weakness, you cannot skip us now.
And we see that he's far from a caring and compassionate father, banging on doors, yelling at his son, making threats. Shock of all shocks, a guy who moonlights by kidnapping kids and running experiments on their remnant soul juices, and a father you want to go into the backyard and play catch with. Whoa, who would have thought
that might make him slightly a bad father if
but the
he
fact is, the books
did that.
seem to be alluding to another layer in this, that he isn't actually Crying Child or Elizabeth's biological father. It would explain why Baby in both the Silver
why their
Eyes
mother
trilogy
isn't there.
and
We've never
Fazbear
seen.
Frights
Have we ever seen any like mention of their mother? And could their mother actually be one of the animatronics? Could their mother be any of the animatronics that we haven't seen so far? I mean,
distance from her dad. Not just that he's lost in his work, but that he's not interested in her outside of what she can do for his experiments. That might be why he actually prefers Henry's daughter to his own. It might also explain Afton's relationship with the crying child, how we've suspected for a while that Afton might have been running experiments on him, torturing him with animatronics and supervising him with surveillance cameras from his underground office. Taking it one step further, remember that story of Hudson, whose dad took his own life? Well, Henry, in both Silver Eyes and FNAF World, is shown to take his own life. And Hudson in the Fazbear Fright story is a very clear parallel for Michael Afton. So could Michael Afton have started as Henry's son, only to wind up as William's stepson? Think back to the Sister Location cartoons.
Clara, the baby isn't mine.
An undying vampire in purple repeatedly saying, "He's not my son," in between every night of that game. I mean, it is a big swing when it comes to theories, but I think there's at least some interesting parallels there to consider. So
he does have quite a few fair points in doing that. I mean, like, that's like a very just out there thing just to put in the game and just have it there. I should take all that time animating that, which would take a little while, and just put it there for no reason, just entertainment. Unless it had something to do with the lore. So he has a few like fair points, and we'll put it in there. So let's see this.
We've also yet to see any adult females in the aftermath.
Yes,
true.
Now,
I've speculated that Bellora's song is about a wife leaving her husband when he can't escape his own grief, but who knows? That song could be related to Henry's grief at the loss of his daughter Charlie. In the original novels, we're shown that Charlie dies, and that Henry loses his mind with grief, leading him to eventually take his own life. What if the line about an empty tomb isn't William's sadness, but rather a song about Henry's? And that in the aftermath of his death, his kids go to William, his partner. Oh yeah, speaking of Charlie, did you know that the puppet's name officially was Coils the Clown for a while? It's true. In the story Jump for Tickets, we're introduced to a character named Coils the Clown who, quote, has a lanky body with lemon and lime stripes. It has long arms, 3 fingers, and a face that looks like a crescent moon that turns upside down when it's sad. And just like the security puppet in the game, Coils the Clown is canonically responsible for roaming around the restaurant looking for intruders and gets sad when a child dies accidentally on his watch. Again, like everything with all the books, there's definitely some changes that have been made, but the thought of the puppet having an actual name and that name being funny like Coils the Clown made me pretty happy. Even though it was a small thing. So there you have it, friends.
Wow.
3 more theories to chew on down in the comments below and on the Game Theorist subreddit. You can
you actually have a subreddit. Wow, I did not know this.
So make sure you keep them coming. I don't know if any of these will lead to massive lore revelations, but hey, they were things that I thought were at least
probably will in a
worth
couple of months.
And thinking about. And all of this is without even mentioning
maybe
the stuff that's happening around
the new game that's coming out.
The new images coming out of their secret website? It's pretty terrifying stuff. Still early days to be sure over there, which is why I didn't want to comment on any of that yet, but you can bet that we're starting to get close to the actual release of a game in this game franchise. FNAF season is upon us yet again, and finally I'll have a game to talk about.
When is it coming out? I don't know.
Books. So stay safe and watch out for any misfiring animatronics tied to security databases. In the meantime, remember, it's all just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. You know, we joke about it a lot on the channels, but FNAF really has taken over my life. I mean, I'm not gonna scour all 10 Fazbear Frights books for lore the second they're released, then who's gonna? Recently, though, I've been trying to broaden my horizons by consuming content that isn't FNAF related. I know, shock of all shocks.
Just like the Monica videos that I react to every now and then.
Independent cinema. You know, things like Willy's Wonderland, the Banana Splits movie. Oh, shoot. Well, Haunted Pizzeria inspired on today's sponsor, NordVPN, is here to connect movie. Oh,
I saw the Banana Splits thing, actually. I think I did a reaction on it. I'm not too sure, though. I remember doing that. That was awesome. That's so funny.
Haunted Pizzeria inspired or not, today's sponsor, NordVPN, is here to connect you with your favorite content from around the world.
Alright. I think that's... Unless there's any extra things I didn't see yet. No, nothing other than just a sponsor. Alright, so... well, that was interesting. They got 3 new theories out of that, so... 3 new things for people to talk about to see if they can actually be very plausible. I'm not too sure on a few of them. Maybe him not being their father could be a pretty... probably one of the most ones I'll probably most likely believe. I'm not really too sure on that. I really don't know. I'm probably gonna be doing that Monica video for Monday anyway, for tomorrow for y'all, so... yeah, well, alright. This is gonna be in the video. See you guys next video. Will that be the Wednesday or Monday, depending on y'all. Alright, see you guys then. Peace.